April the 4th, 1984.
My position as chief factor in planning,
I think.
I stole military plans and at vast financial profit sold them to the invasion leadership.
To the past.
I was
Or to the future.
an attempt to subvert,
To an age when thought is free.
and so I became open
From the age of Big Brother. From the age of the thought police.
to his direction. I assassinated a number
From a dead man.
of organizing
Greetings.
You may keep your secrets from your friends, from your parents, your children, your doctor, even your personal trainer. But it takes real effort to conceal your thoughts from Google. And if that is true today, in future, there may be nowhere to hide. Smart cities will pullulate with sensors, all joined together by the Internet of Things. Bollards communing invisibly with lampposts, so there is always a parking space for your electric car, so that no bin goes unemptied, no street unswept, and the urban environment is as antiseptic as a Zurich pharmacy. But this technology could also be used to keep every citizen under round-the-clock surveillance. A future Alexa will pretend to take orders, but this Alexa will be watching you, clucking her tongue and stamping her foot. In future, voice connectivity will be in every room and almost every object. Your mattress will monitor your nightmares, your fridge will beep for more cheese, your front door will sweep wide the moment you approach like some silent butler. Your smart meter will go hustling of its own accord for the cheapest electricity, and every one of them minutely transcribing your every habit in tiny electronic shorthand. Stored, not in their chips or in their innards, nowhere you can find it, but in some great cloud of data that lowers ever more oppressively over the human race. A giant, dark thundercloud waiting to burst. AI. What will it mean? Helpful robots washing and caring for an aging population, or pink-eyed terminators sent back from the future to cull the human race? What will synthetic biology stand for? Restoring our livers and our eyes with miracle regeneration of the tissues like some fantastic hangover cure? Or will it bring terrifying limbless chickens to our tables? Will nanotechnology help us to beat disease, or will it leave tiny robots to replicate it? And there are today people who are still actually anti-science. A whole movement called the anti-vaxxers. And I totally reject this anti-scientific pessimism. I'm profoundly optimistic about the ability of new technology to serve as a liberator and to remake the world wondrously and benignly. Indeed, in countless respects, technology is already doing just that. Nanotechnology, I mentioned earlier, revolutionizing medicine by designing robots a fraction of the size of a red blood cell, capable of swimming through our bodies, dispensing medicine and attacking malignant cells like some Star Wars armada. Neural interface technology. At stake is whether we bequeath an Orwellian world designed for censorship and repression and control, or a world of emancipation, debate and learning, where technology threatens famine and disease, but not our freedoms. Month by month, vital decisions are being taken in academic committees, company boardrooms, and industry standards groups. They are writing the rule books of the future, making ethical judgments, choosing what will or will not be rendered possible. Together, we need to ensure that new advances reflect our values by design.
That warrant authorizes the police to read this guy's mind, in this case, his memories. Because you see, in the future, not even our thoughts will be free from search and seizure. Is it the ultimate invasion of privacy? Yes, but it could also clear your good name or maybe even save your life. Today, scientists are already analyzing the mechanics of thought and creating real-life mind-reading machines.
Once you peer into the mind, it can add a whole new layer, other dimensions to the way we communicate with each other. Why do we have wars? Why do we have race riots? Why do we have such injustice committed against our fellow human being? In part, is because we don't know who they are. We fear them. What happens if we can see into their thoughts? Realize that they too have hopes and dreams.
Scientists will soon be tearing down the barriers and protections between everyone on the planet with mind-reading machines.
If you could, please, just have seats.
Popel claims he has found a clever little system hidden amidst the billions of electrochemical signals firing in your brain.
It's very simple, but very beautiful and sexy and cool. And the idea is called an efference copy. Efference copy is literally a copy of the command to do something, in this case, the command to speak. We can see the voice in your head before you even open your lips. So for instance, if I'm about to say, television, about 1/10 of a second before I say it, a copy of the word television is sent to the hearing part of the brain.
Go ahead and lay back.
Dr. Popel discovered that even if you only think about saying a word,
They're so messy.
your brain sends an efference copy of that word to your ears, long before the thought shows up on your face. So if he could somehow read those efference copies in real time from your brain, he'd actually be reading your mind. To do this, he's using a machine called a magnetoencephalograph, or MEG.
Brain activity is basically just electricity. So it measures the magnetic fields that are generated by brain activity inside your head. It's one of the few ways we have to get access into the internal workings of your mind.
With each word that Popel deciphers,
Okay, keep going.
we grow closer to a future where advanced mind scanners could lay bare our innermost thoughts.
Scientists can switch on cells in this mouse's brain simply by switching on a light. The light activates nerve cells, which make the animal walk in circles. This neat trick is also a powerful new tool. Using light to control the behaviour of cells is teaching us about everything from how we wake up to how we learn. This is optogenetics. It all started with algae. In 2002, researchers discovered that a protein that causes green algae to swim towards or away from light is a light-sensitive channel. Blue light causes the channel to open, and positive ions then flood into the cell, much like the influx of ions that cause nerve cells to fire. Neuroscientists were quick to see the potential of these algal proteins. They realised that if they could get proteins called channel rhodopsins to work in mammalian nerve cells, they'd have a very precise way of controlling nerve activity in the brain. For many applications, this method would be better than drugs, which act too slowly, and better than electrical stimulation of the brain, which is less precise. Getting an algal protein into, for example, a mouse brain requires a bit of genetic engineering. First, you take the gene that encodes the protein, plus another piece of DNA called a promoter, and you put them in a virus. When the virus is injected into the mouse's brain, it infects neurons and delivers the gene. A chosen subset of those neurons will have the right machinery to activate the promoter, and in those cells, the algal protein is expressed in the cell membrane. To activate the protein, all you need is light, delivered via a fibre optic cable. It's the ability to target specific neurons in living, moving animals that makes this technique so powerful. And channel rhodopsins are not the only proteins in the optogenetics toolkit. In this fly, a different light-sensitive system is used to target just 2 out of 200,000 neurons. These neurons govern an escape response, the reflex that makes the fly flee as you move in to swat it. Here, a flash of light activates the neurons, making the fly jump and spread its wings. It can't take off because it's trapped in a petri dish. As well as activating neurons with light, scientists wanted to be able to silence them. Switching neurons off is just a case of using a different light-sensitive protein, such as halorhodopsin, and a different colour of light. Watch how this worm's workout is interrupted when a yellow light is switched on. The light activates halorhodopsin, triggering a flood of negative ions which inhibit the worm's motor neurons and stop it swimming. And neuroscientists aren't the only ones using optogenetics. As well as turning neurons on or off, a diversity of tools allow researchers to control many different processes in living animals and in cells in dishes. These mouse heart cells have been engineered to beat in time to pulses of light. And here, a light-sensitive protein makes this skin cell move towards a laser. The applications are endless. Researchers have already used light to transform the stumbling of rats with Parkinson's disease into a steady walk and show which nerve cells fire when a sleeping mouse wakes. Optogenetics is shining light on everything from animal behaviour to the interactions of proteins inside cells.
Scientifica delivered Lasso to enable researchers to do amazing things, making optogenetics available in labs all over the world. What we wanted to do is take the Lasso concept one step further and make it enhance our day-to-day lives. After hearing the community's feedback, Scientifica thought we might be able to help, and we have, and we proudly bring you the Lasso.
Like many people, researchers also suffer from problems like low productivity and motivation. And the current tools just don't have the desired effect.
iLasso is the world's first optogenetics phone app, developed for self-improvement. It taps into the last 10 years of optogenetics research to create a brand new way to better yourself. Using advanced micro-LED polarizing technologies, we have harnessed the power of the phone inbuilt light to trigger highly specific stimulation through pre-existing optical pathways.
So you can pretty much get started straight away with the iLasso app using the predefined modes such as anti-procrastination, self-confidence boost and the exercise now modes. Also, in the spirit of collaboration, what we've decided to do is to create our programming so it's open source. What this does is it allows users to create their own customized brain hacks. We were amazed by the results we got back.
We really liked the app's default settings and figured it could be taken much further. We thought, why stop with yourself? We used to find postdocs and PhD students wouldn't pay us full attention or carry out tasks when we asked them to. So we created several new modes to improve productivity. My personal favorite is the down a peg function.
Contact Scientifica now for more information. Not to be used to control others. Scientifica will not be held responsible for the actions of anybody using this app. Not to be used on humans. Not to be used on your dog. May not actually work. Expires the 1st of April 2015. Don't contact us for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
According to IEEE Spectrum, CRISPR-Cas9 is a genome editing tool that is used to cut and paste DNA sequences and modify gene function. CRISPR-Cas9 is typically delivered to the nucleus of a particular cell via a virus carrier system. Though it is effective, using viruses runs the risk of provoking an immune response or initiating tumors. Researchers from Nanjing University and Xiamen University have developed a light carrier system consisting of nanoparticles that absorb and convert low-energy near-infrared radiation to ultraviolet light. NIR light can penetrate human tissue to reach the nanoparticles deep in the body, while UV can cut light-sensitive molecules to untether the CRISPR-Cas9. To test the system, nanoparticles were injected directly into the tumors of mice. When researchers shined NIR toward the location of the growth, it was converted to UV, which then released the CRISPR package. The gene editing tool stopped a protein associated with cancer cells like it was programmed to, resulting in a reduction in tumor growth.
This isn't a night.
What do they need babies for?
I need you. Echo, how are you feeling?
Did I fall asleep?
For a little while.
Shall I go now?
It all starts with Echo.
I remember everything.
She's not a blank slate anymore. She's a person.
I've been many people. I'm all of them. But none of them is me. Do you know who's real?
That word is dollhouse, where people have their memories erased and are brainwashed. There is nothing less than a conspiracy, spearheaded by the Rossum Corporation.
Rossum already has a plan.
Mr. Harding says anything in the name of progress.
Caroline.
I want to find her. I want to find all of them. Will you help me? I'm afraid of Caroline. If she comes back, where will I go?
The Rossum Corporation is the most powerful medical research company in the world.
They're manufacturing the president, building an army.
It's a piece of a larger whole. If we do this, what does it make us?
That's torturing me!
What are we already?
We have the privilege of living inside the human heart, for which we give up everything.
Caroline has power over people.
Something bad is coming, and I want everyone to survive it. They need to wake up.
You work for Rossum, and that means your options tend to slim. Carry out Rossum's work without question. The attic, or death. Rossum has this much. I have little interest in being on the other team.
You are the coldest bitch on this planet.
I rule the house. I won't let anyone challenge that.
You really want to do this? Pretend that we're equals. Go toe to toe.
You having trouble keeping up?
You think I'm scared of you?
There's only one place for a doll as irreparably damaged as you.
You didn't make me. I made me.
We're even more screwed than we thought. With this, you can wipe anyone. They're set up for mass production.
They'll be unstoppable.
Yes, they will. If you're so powerful, why are you still in my house?
If I wanted to be somewhere else, I would be. But there's work to do here. Now, you can be on my side, or you can be on Rossum's, but the time for playing both is over. It's time for me to meet Caroline. It's time to win her war.
I have seen the future, Mr. Langton, and it is not for the weak.
We have to go. We have to help them.
You can't let them do this.
I ordered you to leave it alone!
We are lost, but we are not gone.
I want them to fall just as hard as you do. You're going to save us all.
You know, I'm not interested in any of your other actors.
Oh, that's a non-issue. I would no sooner allow you near one of our other actors than I would a mad dog near a child.
I beg your pardon?
Given that you're a raping scumbag, one tick shy of a murderer, I can't recall. Do you take sugar?